Welcome back, my fellow pickleballers. It's Lloyd here from the Pickleball Store. And today we're going to dive into one of the best paddle series on the market at this present time, and particularly right now, the extended version. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Paddletek Bantam TKO-CX. TKO, technical knockout, C for carbon fiber, X for extended. Compared to the C edition that we did a review on a while back, the CX has a lot of tendencies which suit a specific style of player. So first of all, you've got that extended handle at 5.75 inches, one of the longer handles on the market. So if you're a tennis player or you have a two-handed backhand, this paddle is going to be superb for you. But wow, this thing is an absolute powerhouse. It comes in two different thicknesses. So right in front of me here, we've got the 14.3 mil. It's a bit more forgiving. And then we've got the 12.7 mil as well, which is more like a nuclear weapon. That thing is an absolute machine. One of our friends in pickleball, Ben Corsten, has been playing with the 12.7 mil on the market, and he has basically said, anytime you go to a court in America, you play on the PPA or you play in any tournament, 50 to 60% of people are either using a Yola Gen 3S or a TKO CX or an Engage paddle. Those power paddles are the name of the game at the moment, and the CX is up there with the top. It is a paddle that focuses on power, pop, and just sheer dominance in terms of force. And there's a few reasons why and what makes this paddle so special. So I'm going to cover it now, tell you a little bit about the paddle, particularly the CX version. We've done the C version before. Click here if you want to see the C version. We did that quite a while back, but today we're going to take a look at the CX version, so the Carbon Extended Handle Edition. So without further ado, let's dive into the specs of the Paddletek Bantam TKO CX. So both the 14.3 and the 12.7 mil come in at 16.5 inches in length and 7.5 inches in width. So on paper, these paddles are pretty much going back in time. We saw the likes of the Gen 2 thermoforming followed by all these foam injected processes, including Franklin's new C45, which undergoes 5 different stages within the manufacturing process. Back in time to what is seemingly a Gen 1 paddle. But wow, this thing tells a completely different story. What Paddletek have managed to do and incorporate into such a fantastic range of paddles, from the Annalee Waters to the TKO CX, which I've got here right now, is nothing short of incredible. These paddles are phenomenally fun, and they pretty much have something to suit everyone, from their kind of all-court balance style from their Annalee Waters edition to their more defensive ESQC edition, which is great for your kind of double players like myself, to those that want something that can just send ground strokes soaring past opponents in their CX. For those that come from a tennis background, the CX is going to be the paddle for you. But here's why. So in comparison to the TKO-C, the CX has a long handle at 5.75 inches. If you're looking for a paddle that kind of caters to two-handed backhands, you can comfortably put two hands on the back of this. The long handle paddles all feel more racket-like. So if you're transitioning from tennis, badminton, squash, this is going to feel more relatable because of the head-heavy paddle, because of the long handle. You get more whip, more plow through on the ball. However, what you can lack is a bit of hand speed. So just something to be wary of when you pick up one of these paddles. Same grip circumference at 4.25 inches. So these paddles are essentially a Gen 1 build with a few kind of additional elements which makes this paddle fantastic, from the cell size of the actual polypropylene core to the additional fiberglass layer, which really gives it that extra oomph off the surface. There is no thermoforming going on. So in terms of durability, these paddles will last you a long time. Personally, I've used a lot of thermoform paddles and a load of Gen 3 paddles, and often or not, there may be some issues within that process. So for example, some of the glue may be caught inside the paddle during that foam injected or thermoforming process, which as soon as you hit a ball or impact the paddle incorrectly, you'll start to hear a rattle within the paddle. None of that happens within these Paddletek paddles. The reason being, they are designed and built to last. So if you're looking for a paddle which is going to last you a long, long time in terms of durability, these paddles are the option for you. They are incredibly fun, incredibly powerful, and very, very durable and long lasting. So how does this differ from the TKO-C? Well, it has a longer handle, obviously TKO CX, the X standing for extended edition. Like the TKO-C, you've also got the two different thicknesses, 12.7 mil and also the 14.3 mil. In front of me here, we've got the 14.3 mil. Both of these paddles include weights within the edge guard here. The head of this paddle is very heavy. So the swing weight on this one is around 125. So it's actually a very, very heavy paddle when it comes to swinging it through the air. So if hand speed is what you're looking for, these paddles may not be the best option for you. Or you can do what the #1 player, James Chowdhury here, does in the UK for all of his heavy-headed paddles. He adds a bit of lead tape down the bottom here to really level out that weight. However, it's not going to be for everyone. So the static weight is 8.1 ounces. Compared to like the ESQC, which is about 7.6, this is a heavy paddle. However, what you do get is sheer dominance through your ground strokes and through your put away shots, because this thing is phenomenal. It is on par with the banned Yola Gen 3S's. It's a little bit less forgiving, particularly in the 12.7 mil. However, with these paddles, you do get an incredible amount of pop, power, and explosiveness. So if that's what you're looking for in your game, then look no further, because this paddle is the paddle for you. I can't really find hand speed, but if you've got quick hands anyway, the CX is going to be the paddle for you. The 12.7 mil is incredible. It is absolutely insane. It has won so many Power Paddle of the Year awards purely because of that explosiveness off the surface. If you're a player looking for a bit more touch, bit more control, bit more feel, then the 14.3, which we've got here, is going to be the better option for you. 14.3 gives you a little bit more cushion, a little bit more forgiveness if you are a player like myself that misses the ball or mishits the ball more often than not. So that's the CX 14.3. So like the entire Bantam TKO-C line, this has been designed in collaboration with Christian Alshon, one of the best players in the world, who, in my personal opinion, has one of the best looking drives and most consistent drives out there. His drives are something to be admired. They've obviously capitalized on that with the CX and the C line models in their Bantam series. They are awesome paddles to use. Check them out online. I've been Lloyd from the Pickleball store. Have a great day. This is the Bantam TKO CX by Paddletek.